Jackson, Martin Luther King Jr., Robert Kennedy, Judy Garland, Liza Minnelli, Lena Horne, Diana Ross, the Jackson Five, Tina Turner, Paul Simon, Itzhak Perlman, Luciano Pavarotti, Ed Ames, Steve Martin, David Letterman, Jay Leno, Gary Shandling, Eddie Murphy, Buddy Rich, Benny Goodman, Louis Armstrong, Fred Astaire. And now, ladies and gentlemen, here's Johnny.
Don't do that. Look, that is very sweet of you, and I'm very grateful, but I want to ask you something honestly. Did you intentionally stand, or were you thrown out of your seats? I want to thank you for coming tonight. I want to thank all the people for joining us for our 25th. I want to thank especially the state of California for the special salute this morning in honor of our 25th. I thought it was a little overly dramatic, but it was nice, you know. By the way, for you people seated here tonight, in case there is an aftershock, the seats in front of you are equipped with an airbag. So, where in the hell is the Pope when we need him? And it is not true, no matter what you read, that in case of an earthquake, that you crowd under the host. You don't know. Look at it this way. If I go tonight, at least I'm dressed for it. Now, you may... No, don't. You may wonder why, and we're all wearing formal attire tonight. Well, tuxedos are generally worn for joyous celebrations or very solemn occasions, so I'm ready, and it's really up to you. Out-of-towners here this evening? Your timing is impeccable. Where are you going next? To the Straits of Hormuz for the minesweeping? I remembered the earthquake training, which they do have in California, and it was great for the people out here. They say, stand under an arch during a quake. And I did. I felt like an idiot at McDonald's in my underwear, standing in people driving through. And if you can't, they say, stand in the doorway. Did any of you do that this morning? Stand in a doorway. Do you realize that when the big one comes, the only survivors are going to be Amway salesmen and Jehovah's Witnesses? And all the experts say animals are the first to notice that a quake is coming. I should have been tipped off yesterday. My cat was stuffing a backpack with tender victuals. This is a strange state. I mean, the Raiders moved to Irwindale, and today Irwindale moved to Pacoima. Oral Roberts felt the quake this morning. He was in bed, turned to his wife and says, "Oh, hell, honey, the check must have bounced." Anyway, I thank you. This is a special evening for us. We hope it's going to be special for you. I know this is going to be a great show tonight because William Casey told me before he died. Now, people are not used to seeing me in prime time. You know, we're on late at night. Now, can you imagine President Reagan tuning in now, saying to Nancy, well, it's 11:30, I should have been asleep 2 hours ago. It is hard to believe that I have been with NBC for 25 long years. You cannot, no, wait a minute. You can't buy loyalty like that, but they did. To think back to 1962, 25 years ago, do you realize Tammy Baker was wearing training eyelashes? And I think the biggest change that 25 years ago, the most dangerous part of sex was the cigarette afterwards. Would you have believed that 25 years ago, that now today in '87, we'd be seeing condom ads on television? Now, the next time you hear Ed say, on your way home, pick up a six-pack, he may not be referring to Budweiser, so... Do you realize I've said to Bob Hope 3,000 times, well, I know you got to run, Bob. You know, the good news is I've been doing the show for 25 years. The bad news is I can now get into the movies for half price. Anyway, we're going to keep this short. We're going to keep this short. We got a lot of great things for you. By the way, for those of you who are tuning in late, this monologue will be repeated tomorrow in its entirety during the Bork hearings by Senator Joseph Biden. So, tune in. Thank you for being with us. We'll be back in just a moment.
Tonight, Johnny Carson's 25th anniversary special is sponsored by Chrysler, driving to be the best, and Plymouth, where the pride's inside. Chrysler Plymouth, we're working together to be the best. And by Seiko, it's just your style.
My dad has 2, my brother has 1, I now have 3, Mom has 2.
I had it 2 years, and it's going to be 3 years in December.
Almost 5 years.
For 10 years.
No problems whatsoever.
No problem.
Absolutely none.
Worth every penny. Every dime.
More reliable than my husband. My husband's not around anymore, but my Seiko is.
Seiko.
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 Seiko. It's just your style.
It's perfect. It is.
The pride's inside.
Plymouth Sundance. The pride's inside. Designed in and built in. Pride's in the performance, precision handling, front-wheel drive, fuel-injected turbo. Pride's in its quality, backed for 7 years or 70,000 miles. 47 quality standard features. Plymouth Sundance. The pride's inside before you're inside.
The pride's inside. Born in America.
All right, we are back. Old friends, dear friends, thank you. I'll tell you what, this is, we have spent a lot of these evenings together, and I want to say it now in case we get bunched together and the end of the show comes. I cannot imagine doing this show without you. You have been an absolute rock all these years. You've made it easy for me, and I just wouldn't do it if you weren't here. I want you to know that.
Nice to be here.
And I get a lot of other people who thank later. Now, where were you during this morning's
I was
earthquake?
listening to the speakers, you know, and the little Catherine Mary was getting up, and I could hear her rustling in the room. I was just about to go down and get her.
Yeah.
And all of a sudden, and then I ran down to get her.
If there is an aftershock during this show, by the way, you should get under the desk. This is my desk. I have a desk. You folks don't have a desk, so you'll see. Anyway, we have a lot of things to show you tonight. The difficult part of this show was trying to decide what not to show or what to show. Some of the things we have shown before, people want to see them because they are kind of a part of history. Now, when I was growing up in the Midwest, and I was a young kid, I would tune in all the great radio shows and listen to all the great radio comedians, you know, from the 40s and the 50s. Never occurred to me I would ever meet some of those people. Occurred to me less I would become good friends with most of them. and least of all, that I would ever have a television show in which they would come here and sit in this chair. So the first thing we're going to show you are 5 of the giants in comedy: Groucho Marx, Red Skelton, Jack Benny, George Burns, and Bob Hope. Groucho goes back to, I think, 65 was the first time he was on the show. So watch the monitor, and here are some of the great comedians of our generation.
How are you? In addition to that, who are you? This is even more important.
Carol Andreessen.
You're Joanne who?
Carol Andreessen.
Carol Andreessen. You're 2 different girls?
Yes.
Say the secret word, and Groucho will come to your house.
I see. My dressing room isn't good enough for her.
My patients are in the hospital.
Your patients are in the hospital?
Right.
Oh,
I don't make house
Are you a physician?
No, I'm a registered nurse.
Oh, really? Where are you registered? Any place where I can...
Clem. They like Clem Cadiddlehopper. He says, Well, sir, since I saw you last, I got married. I had a military wedding. There were guns there, let's put it that way. I met my wife through her brother. He says to me, would you like to meet one of my sisters? I said, you got sisters? He says, I got 2. One's name's Lassie, and the other's Hortense. I says, Lassie's a dog. He says, wait till you see Hortense.
Give me A, will you please? That's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm going to play the Mendelssohn Concerto, which runs 45 minutes. Do you know the vamp of it? Can you vamp already? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Right. Do you know it? Not even my violin, you know. Is there any other selection?
A sweet young girl was jilted by her husband. He left her and he went his merry way. With tearful eyes she wrote a final letter in which her broken heart had this to say: I'm returning every present that you gave me. I'm sending back each letter that you wrote. Every sweet memento that we cherished. The locket that I wore around my throat. Enclosed you'll find the mortgage on the house, dear. That I'm fair, you must admit is true. I'm returning everything except the baby. That's the one thing that I didn't get from you, isn't that sad?
Many's the time that we feasted. Many's the time that we fasted. You really got me working tonight.
I bet you.
Oh, well, it was swell while it lasted. We did have fun and no harm done. So thanks for the memory. Sunburns at the shore, nights in Singapore. You might have had a headache, but you never were a bore. So thank you so much.
Let me see that. Now, that little thing with Bob was just a completely spontaneous thing that happened. And one night back in 1964, Pearl Bailey and I did an impromptu impression of Nelson Eddy and Jeanette MacDonald. Now, after you see this, you will understand why you cannot call an 800 number and order this album. Here's Pearl Bailey, 1964.
From the top. Love, 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 love. Nelson.
It's very clear. Our love is here to stay.
Our love is here.
Reputation still won't play that French. Our love is here. To do what?
Pearl Bailey. That's Pearl Bailey. I look like I just got out of summer camp, didn't I? Came home to see the folks. Okay, we have played, I think it's been 4 or 5 years since we played this sketch. Jack Webb was a very good friend. And I suppose the most successful of all the cop shows was Dragnet. It's trying to set the standard. And that's probably even more popular nowadays because of the movie under the same name. And one of the things about Dragnet was that staccato delivery. It was a very unique delivery that all the actors had on the show, especially Jack Webb. So here's a sketch we did in 1968 with Mr. Jack Webb.
This is the city. Los Angeles, California. Some people rob for pleasure. Some rob because it's there. You never know. My name's Friday. I'm a cop. I was working the day watch out of robbery when I got a call from the Acme School Bell Company. There'd been a robbery. There's been a robbery. Yes, sir. What was it? How's that? What was stolen, sir? I run a school bell company. Never had any trouble before. Can't understand it. Just make bells. Never had any trouble. Sir? What was stolen? My clappers. Your clappers? Yeah, you know those things inside a bell that makes them clang? The clangers. That's right, we call them clappers in the business. A clapper caper. What's that? Nothing, sir. Now, can I have the facts? What kind of clappers were stolen on this caper? They were copper clappers. And where were they kept? In the closet. Uh-huh. You have any ideas who might have taken the copper clappers from the closet? Well, just one. I fired a man. He swore he'd get even. What was his name? Claude Cooper. You think he... That's right. I think Claude Cooper copped my copper clappers. Kept in a closet. You know where this Claude Cooper is from? Yeah. Cleveland. That figures. That figures. What makes it worse, they were clean. Clean copper clappers. That's right. Why do you think Cleveland's Claude Cooper would cop your clean copper clappers kept in your closet? Only one reason. What's that? He's a kleptomaniac. Who first discovered the copper clappers were copped? My cleaning woman, Clara Clifford. That figures. Now, let me see if I got the facts straight here. Cleaning woman Clara Clifford discovered your clean copper clappers kept in a closet were copped by Claude Cooper, the kleptomaniac from Cleveland. Now, is that about it? One other thing. What's that? If I ever catch kleptomaniac Claude Cooper from Cleveland who copped my clean copper clappers from kept in the closet, yes, I'll clobber him.
Thank you, Jack Webb, and we'll be back.
Would it be any colder in here?
It's not that bad.
No, I just saw my breath in the kids' room.
Come on.
Admit it. We need a furnace we can actually afford to run. You know, like an Amana.
Amana?
It's reliable and efficient, so we can afford to keep the whole house warm. You won't get the Amana for me, then get it for the kids.
I've never heard the kids complain.
Good night, Daddy.
That's not fair.
When you know exactly what you want, Amana.
In McDonald's, we're tossing salads fresh all day. every day.
I mean, it's fresh when you get it, and it's fresh when I pop it in my mouth.
It's like having somebody come in your own kitchen and make you a salad.
I come through the drive-thru, it's quick, it's easy.
McDonald's Chef Salad, Chicken Salad Oriental, and Garden Salad. For a taste that's tossed fresh.
It's really crisp and fresh.
My taste buds just went crazy.
Tossed fresh all day. McDonald's Salads.
Because Citicorp understands the drive to succeed, to do more than just get by, we've become the nation's largest financial services company, already helping 1 in every 5 American families, with more student loans, more home mortgages, more MasterCard and Visa cards than any other company. Citicorp and Citibank, we'd like you to get to know us better. Citicorp, because Americans want to succeed, not just survive.
You're he.
I'm he.
Edward Lowe.
Edward Lowe.
And you like cats.
And I love cats.
And I love your kitty litter brand. It's dust-free. So what's new?
My kitty litter brand is now sanitized with Health Guard to fight odors and the germs that cause them.
Germs?
Yes, germs cause cat box odor.
Ooh.
In fact, I call my kitty litter brand the ultimate odor fighter.
Edward Lowe, you have a cat with you.
Shh, don't tell the manager.
Okay, now, I have to point out... Now, I must point out in this next clip, I've made a lot of jokes about your drinking prowess over the years. Not true. You're an Irishman, you're good sized, and it gets laughs. Only once in 25 years did Ed ever sit here where I think you'd gone to an advertiser's luncheon or something, right?
Yes.
And he'd had a few...
I received a special award.
He received an award. And apparently you celebrated at that luncheon.
Yes.
And on the show that night, it is really pretty funny. Now watch this, because, you know, when you know that you're bagged and pretend that you're not, you'll find out what happened. Watch here. Now, as you know, the San Diego Zoo is one of the finest zoos in the world, and we've had this young lady on the show very often the past, I guess, 7 or 8 years. She's been appearing with us.
9 years.
Hmm?
About 9 years.
Right, yeah. Several plus several would be about 9.
You said 7 or 8.
No, I said... No, I didn't say 7 or 8. I said several.
Then you said 7 or 8, and I said
Oh, did
it's
I?
9. Yes.
9. Good, thank you.
Yeah. Some of the animals you had as babies are now 10 years old.
That would be about right.
Remember the animals that did something funny on your tie?
Yes.
Those little lions, the little baby lions, were 1 year old.
That's right.
They are now treacherous and ferocious 10-year-old animals.
Okay. Anyway, Joan Embry is here tonight.
And she's now 32.
That's right. Joan is an animal handler and a trainer. And you really think you're fooling everybody, don't you?
No.
And she
I'm
also...
just here to do my best to help you.
I know that. And she does her 3 horse shows a day. Did you know that? At the animal park.
Boy.
What?
What an exciting idea.
Would you like an army cot or something? Maybe just to kind of catch up on a little nappy poo? Just might snap you right out of it. Okay.
I love Joan. I'm the only one who went down to see Joan. Doc has never seen her. You've never seen her. I went to the wild animal farm.
It's all right. It's okay.
But you're upsetting me.
No,
You're upsetting me.
No, I don't want to upset you.
I went down, Joan, and I
know you
wrote
did. That's all right.
Don't say... No.
What?
I know her. I went down and...
Oh, I know you did. I know you went down there.
I held a baby gorilla.
I couldn't go with you that week. You held a baby gorilla. Good, all right. And let's get her out here quickly. Who's your welcome, Joan Embry. Okay, Doc, come on over here. Now, if you... Okay. That's it. Okay. Now, if you think that was funny, we were sitting here one night talking about our private lives.
Yes.
And all of us have had a little marital trouble along the way. It's no great secret. And it was around Thanksgiving, right? And
Yes, it was.
I asked you where you were spending Thanksgiving, and you were just coming out of a rather unpleasant situation,
Very
right?
painful, yes.
And here's Doc explaining where he's going to spend Thanksgiving. What are you doing for Thanksgiving? We're doing a show, of course, tomorrow.
I was going to ask you if you got your turkey yet.
Sure.
Do you, truthfully, do you help Mrs. Carson prepare the turkey?
Just like you helped Mrs. Severinsen prepare the turkey.
No, there is no Mrs.
Oh, that's right. That's right.
There used to be.
I'm sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
The fact that
Hard
I
for
never
me to
helped
keep
her
track.
stuff her bird was one of our big problems.
I thought that was your problem. Well, no, you know, I forgot all about that. We've been together so long that I forget sometimes where we are.
In fact, that was one of the things we really fought about.
What? Did you?
I wanted an oyster stuffing in the turkey, and she wanted bread stuffing, and she got bread stuffing and a lot of money.
You mean you used to argue about what you're going to stuff the turkey with?
Yes.
And that was one of the problems.
She's still stuffing the turkey, but not with money.
Well, it's nice to know you have no bitterness. You're not going to celebrate.
I suppose you'll be home with the family having turkey. Just a typical American family.
Look, if you really feel badly now, it feels so terrible that you're going to be alone. Would you like...
I didn't say I was going to be alone.
You just say you ain't going to eat no turkey, right?
That's right.
You can come over. Would you like to come to the house and...
This is the first time you've ever asked me.
Well, you made me feel so guilty.
I mean, you, when you ask an employee in front of 15 million people, do you want to come to the house for Thanksgiving dinner? What am I going to say? No. You know what I say? I say, yes, Mr. Carson, I love it.
Can you come?
No.
You can't? I'm still crying 10 years later. Okay, we have... A lot of the early shows, tonight's shows, were gone. Steve Cumming from WRR-FM in Dallas found a copy of a show we did 13 weeks after we had been on the air from 1962 in December. Look, we're going to show just about a half a minute of this for a special reason. Watch this. Now, as I mentioned, Peter Ustinov, you know, makes movies, writes movies, directs movies. He is a movie. Not really. So he was kind enough, I understand, to send me a recording that he had made of some of the Tonight shows. Since I have been on, and it's from Peter Ustinov, and it's the best of Johnny Carson, which to me is probably the most thrilling gift. We've been on, what, 13 weeks now? And this is the best of Johnny Carson. Commercial, and we'll be back.
This is the beginning. The all-new Chrysler LeBaron. Beauty with a passion for driving. Advanced front-wheel drive traction. Positive response suspension. Fuel-injected high-torque power. Choose precision 5-speed. Heart-pounding turbo. All with Chrysler's new 770 protection plan. New LeBaron from Chrysler. Driving to be the best.
My dad has 2, my brother has 1, I now have 3, Mom has 2.
I had it 2 years, and it's going to be 3 years in December.
Almost 5 years.
For 10 years.
No problems whatsoever.
No problem.
Absolutely none.
Worth every penny. Every dime.
More reliable than my husband. My husband's not around anymore, but my Seiko is.
Seiko?
Seiko.
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 Seiko. It's just your style.
It's perfect. It is.
They were kept apart. People said they were wrong for each other. People said it would never work out. And yet... now the microwave and the pizza belong together. With Tony's microwave pizza. Delicious toppings on a light and crispy crust. Tony's microwave pizza. The pizza to fall in love with.
Friday, Rags to Riches starts off your weekend with a splash, because the girls are cooking up a big surprise.
Yummy.
They're the Tops. Friday.
This is NBC News Digest. Here is Reed Galen.
Good evening from Los Angeles, where hundreds will spend the night in Red Cross shelters. They were forced from their homes by this morning's earthquake. At least 6 died, some from heart attacks. A few buildings totally collapsed. Hundreds of homes were damaged. There were dozens of fires and gas leaks. The quake measured 6.1 on the Richter scale. 1 square mile around the epicenter, south of Pasadena, was hardest hit. It has been closed off to prevent looting. But by any measure, this area of 12 million people escaped a catastrophe. It is 16 years since a quake of this magnitude hit L.A. Building improvements since undoubtedly made a great difference. I'm Reed Galen in Los Angeles. More news later on this NBC station.
If everybody came with an owner's manual, you'd know the importance of water to good health.
Hey, Culligan man.
Pizza Hut brings you something you couldn't get in a double pizza deal before. Our famous Pan Pizza, announcing Pizza Hut pairs. 2 medium cheese Pan Pizzas for only $10.99. And just $1.29 per topping covers both pizzas. That's right, a double pizza deal on our famous Pan Pizza, Pizza Hut pairs. 2 medium cheese Pan Pizzas for just $10.99. Available for dine-in or take-out from Pizza Hut. It's a great price on our great Pan Pizza.
Steve Dennis, the greenskeeper. The story at 10.
Thank you. Over the years, we've had many famous political figures on the Tonight Show, including future presidents. Here are a few you'll probably recognize.
Nancy said to say hello to you. She said also to tell you that Thursday night in your show, the little girl from Florida, when you were jumping up and down, she was all by herself. Over here at our home, she was watching the show in bed, and she said you're lying there all by herself, laughing out loud, and it was the funniest thing she's ever seen. I was up in Sacramento in bed watching and laughing out loud.
You two have got to get together.
I heard you talk about Bobby Kennedy. You sound more like Bobby Kennedy than he does. And I think you ought to run for president. Now, let me tell you a few things. I'm an expert on how to run for president. Not how to win, but how to run.
Yes, you are that.
I do a few things to you. Well, first, let me tell you your assets. You're young, 42, right?
Right.
You come over on television like gangbusters. And boy, I'm the expert on how important that is.
You're not going to lend me your makeup man, are you?
No, I'm going to lend him to Lyndon Johnson.
I flew out of Washington this afternoon, and as soon as we started out, they notified us that the plane had mechanical difficulties, and that kept us on the ground a good while. But finally, we took off and landed, and whenever I land after mechanical difficulties, I'm always very happy. Now, I don't want to give you the impression that as a Baptist preacher, I don't have faith in God in the air. It's simply that I've had more experience with him on the ground.
How do you feel? I'm so delighted to see you, because I ride up and down on my building every day in the elevator, and I see a man that says he's Johnny Carson. So it's great to see you finally.
It's not really...
That was the night, of course, Harry Belafonte was a guest host. Now, that first clip of Ronald Reagan, of course, is when he was governor in 1972. And we have done a lot of Reagan impressions. And this next sketch you're going to see took place about, what, 6, 7 years ago? It was what Ronald Reagan's press briefing might look like when he had to go out and brief the press. You have to keep in mind that during this sketch, James Watt was then the Secretary of the Interior. So here's President Reagan getting briefed.
Well, now, would you send in Jim Baker, please?
Morning, Mr. President.
Well, good morning, Jim. Just sit down there.
Yes, sir. Mr. President, your press conference is scheduled to begin in an hour, so we only have a short time for me to brief you on the kind of subjects that the press may throw at you.
Well, now, the environment is on their minds, and I'm sure they'll ask me about my Secretary of the Interior.
What?
I said I'm sure they'll ask me about my Secretary of the Interior.
What?
Jim, I just told you I think they'll ask about my Secretary of the Interior.
James what? You're scheduled to go swimming with him tomorrow morning at the Y.
Where?
Why?
Why?
That's right. With what?
With what? I don't even know with who, Jim.
Not who, what?
Well, now, Jim, let's get this straight. I'm going swimming tomorrow with who?
What?
Where?
Why?
Jim, let's go on to the Middle East now. I'll need the first name of the head of the PLO, that Arafat guy.
Yes, sir.
I said I'll need the first name of the head of the PLO.
Yes, sir.
Jim, it's nice of you to be polite, but what is his name?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, now, you're giving me two different answers, Jim. Now, what is his name?
No, sir. Yes, sir.
Well, now, I asked you what is the first name of the head of the PLO, and you tell me, no, sir.
That's right.
Then you tell me, yes, sir.
Absolutely. You got it.
I got what?
He's the Secretary of the Interior.
Jim, I don't understand why you're doing this to me.
Oval Office, Baker. Yes? You have the head of the Republic of China calling for the president. Premier Chung Dong-hu. Hold on. Mr. President, who's on the phone?
Well, now, Jim, I don't know who's on the phone.
That is correct.
What's correct?
No, he's your Secretary of the Interior.
Now, Jim, let's start all over here very quietly. Just tell me, Jim, who is on the phone?
Who is on the phone?
Who?
Yes, sir.
That Arafat guy is on the phone, Jim?
No, sir. Who is?
What?
Swimming tomorrow morning at the Y.
Okay, one of the staples of comedy since silent movies has been the pie in the face. And here at the Tonight Show, we are not above lowering our standards to do that kind of comedy. The first one we did a takeoff on Carl Malden when he was doing the American Express commercial. We'll show you the final version, and then we'll show you what happened leading up to it. You're away from home and your wallet is stolen. All your cash is gone. What will you do? What will you do? Okay. A simple little pie in the face. Now, simple little easy stunt. But normally we have to pre-tape those in the afternoon to get the final version. And during the pre-taping, we had a stagehand. I don't recall his name. I think he's now pitching for the Dodgers, who just couldn't quite get it right. Here is the rehearsal for the commercial you just saw. In other words, as soon as I say you're away from home and your wallet is stolen,
I'm coming right in.
He can come in.
Yeah, I'm coming right in.
It's Bobby Quinn, our director, talking. You're away from home and your wallet is stolen. All your cash is gone. What will you do? What will you...
I
I need another pie throw.
You're away from home and your wallet is stolen. All your cash is gone. What will you do? What will you do? Look at that look. You're away from home and your wallet is stolen. All your cash is gone. What will you do? What will you do? Oh, what can we tell you? Okay. Sometimes on a show like this, we book people, things just don't go right. These are people who have a specialty. We had a gentleman by the name of, what was his name? Harry Garrison. He was a champion smoke ring blower. And he had trouble with our studio's air conditioning. And then we had some parrots on who were going to be very talkative. Okay, watch these two disasters.
Very difficult challenge,
Yes,
Johnny.
it certainly is.
I brought one of the finest cigars here, you know. So try. We'll send one over to the orchestra there. We'll send one right to you, Johnny. It's been the most difficult challenge of my career. Smoke ring blower.
What's this one's name?
That's Susie.
This is Susie. Hello. Just have to repeat sometimes?
No, he'll do it.
Oh.
Hello, Suze. Hello. Hello, Bird.
$15 minutes. We got.
You just have to be a
This
little
bird
patient.
better get cracking, Doctor. I know.
Hello, Suze.
Hello, Suze.
Come on, Suze, put your wings out.
Put your wings out. Well, sure, if you help him, you'll put him out.
That's it. Now, he just said hello.
Wait a minute, he just said hello, and my arm is locking, Doctor.
You can put him down. He's very well housebroken. He's not just too well suit-broken,
Oh, okay.
so hold him over the desk.
Hello.
Hello, Suze. Hello, Bird. Hello, Nino. Hello, pretty bird. Now, this is Little Bird.
Oh, God. We could have shown still pictures, Doctor. Nothing happened. Okay, now, this is, I think, about 1965. This is the infamous Ed Ames demonstration. We haven't shown this for about 6 years, when he played Mingo on Daniel Boone, showing the proper way to throw a tomahawk. What is the trick on this? You throw underhanded?
No.
Overhanded.
It's
then.
an overhand throw. The trick is to keep your arm extended, and that way you break the microphone. You know, you keep your arm extended and put only one revolution on the... once around on the way. But that's indefinite.
All right. Right. We'll be back in a moment with some great legends in the music world.
taste for some real food.
Thief, real food for real people.
The house is paid up. Kids are out of college. Things are fantastic.
So what's the problem?
Things are not so fantastic. A financial genius, I'm not.
Very few of us are. We can help. At New York Life, we have the resources to make the most of your resources. We offer a range of financial opportunities, including mutual funds, annuities, and limited partnerships. Don't settle for less than you deserve. Get the most out of life with New York Life.
I'm a raisin broker. I know raisins, but I don't understand this Kellogg's Raisin brand. 1 scoop of raisins in a package is plenty. Scoop and a half is really delicious. Scoop and 3/4 will make your head spin. So when Kellogg's went to 2 scoops, nobody could believe it. 2 scoops? I tell you, in the old days, we'd get half a scoop, we'd be dancing in the streets.
Fiber-rich Kellogg's Raisin brand. 2 scoops is a lot of raisins.
These days, computers are spewing forth a sea of information. Yet it's harder than ever to find what you need without getting swamped. But at AT&T, we can help you stay afloat. We're working to combine computers and communications so you can get the right information to the right people at the right time. As easy as using the telephone. AT&T, the right choice.
Sunday, a crooked call girl, a blackmailed banker, and a haunted husband. It's more than a scandal. It's murder.
I'll take care of this.
Can you find the murderer in this picture?
Curiosity killed the cat, my dear.
Raymond Burr returns in an all-new star-studded mystery movie.
You can say that again.
Harry Mason, The Case of the Murdered Madam, Sunday.
Welcome back. In the past 25 years, most of the legends of the music world have appeared on this show. It's impossible to include them all, but we do have a kind of a mini concert here, and you'll know most of them. Here they are.
Just stay with me till after
Judy Garland, of course.
holiday. I know it's hard, but try to pretend till New Year. Then we can say goodbye.
And her daughter, Liza.
But I don't mind it. That's how I want to be. As long as you'll agree to stay old-fashioned with me. Don't know why
Miss Lena Horne.
there's no sun up in the sky. Stormy weather since my man and I ain't together. Keeps raining all the time.
And Diana Ross.
Baby love, my baby love, I need you, oh how I need you. But all you do is treat me bad. You break my heart and leave me sad. Tell me what did I do wrong to make you stay away so long?
Yeah, the Jackson 5.
She knows what she's doing. She's super bad now. She's scared to really blow your mind. Whoa!
Tina Turner.
Schoolhouse, outhouse, on highway number 19.
Paul Simon.
The Mississippi Delta was shining like a national guitar. I am following the river down the highway through the cradle of the Civil War. And I'm going to Graceland, Graceland, to Memphis, Tennessee, and I'm going to Graceland.
Itzhak Perlman. Pavarotti. Stay with us. We're coming right back. Thank you.
My dad has 2. My brother has 1. I now have 3. Mom has 2. I had it 2 years, and it's going to be 3 years in December.
Almost 5 years.
For 10 years. No problems whatsoever. No problems.
Absolutely none.
Worth every penny. Every dime. More reliable than my husband. My husband's not around anymore, but my Seiko is.
Seiko.
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 Seiko. It's just your style.
It's perfect. It is.
The pride's inside.
Take an amazing voyage through Plymouth Grand Voyager and discover why the pride's inside. Beyond versatility, room for up to 8, front-wheel drive handling. Beyond the excitement of Voyager's fuel-injected V6. The best protection and highest owner satisfaction of any minivan. Deep within Plymouth Voyager, the pride's inside. Before you're inside.
The pride's inside. Born in America.
Unstoppable, unforgettable. The Hunter season premiere Saturday.
This is Kansas Updates from Channel 3 Wichita.
Good evening, I'm Melissa Beck. It felt like being in a tornado. That's the way one Kansan describes the earthquake in Southern California today. We'll talk to some Kansans who were there during California's worst earthquake in 2 decades. Also tonight on the Health Beat, you can't blame obesity on your thyroid anymore. We'll have some new information on that. And Steve Dennis is on the golf course, but he doesn't need clubs for what he's doing. Join us tonight at 10.
HCA Wesley Doctor Referrals. For people like you, looking for doctors like ours.
There's no sign of life. It's just a part of charm. I'm lying in the rain. So I try. Whoa! Never gonna fall for my love. What's beside
I'm Bob Burdick.
And I'm Johnny Western. Warm a child's heart this winter by donating a coat to Coats for Kids.
Just bring a child's used coat in good condition to any Wichita area Burger King before October 24th.
Deposit it in the Coats for Kids box and you'll receive a coupon for a free egg biscuit from Burger King.
The coats will be professionally cleaned by modern cleaners and taken to the Salvation Army for distribution to children.
Help make a child's winter warmer. Coats for Kids, sponsored by the folks at KFDI, Channel 3, Burger King, Modern Cleaners, and the Salvation Army.
She's the Sheriff, Saturday at 6:30 on Channel 3.
Over the years, we've had a lot of animals on this show. Here are a couple of little segments to show you the problem of working with these little creatures. Kinkajou?
Yeah.
Where are they from?
Kinkajou. It's from the... It's from the tropics. This is a night...
Obviously, the smell of olives attract them. Not on this new coat. He does anything on this new coat, it's just going to be a dead kinkajou.
Hurry, you might take a bite of that. He likes to watch.
Right, there you are.
If you eat it, he'll take it and then go with it. Yeah.
Right. Oh.
Anyways.
They're not dangerous, are they?
Well, they have very sharp teeth. And
no, the question, Jim, was, are they dangerous with their sharp teeth?
No, I don't. I think as long as he's on that banana, he's all right. But don't pick him up. I'll pick him up.
You do that. Okay.
You can just let him have that, and he'll take care of it. But it's
these are from the. Do I have to peel it for him?
No. Well, yeah. He'll do a pretty good job of that.
Yes, he is. Right down to the fingers there.
Yeah. Right.
Okay.
You may want to put this. He does the...
All over my very expensive... Why don't you take this animal, Jim?
Sure. Hey, Kinkajou, come on now.
New, first time worn on the show. And you bring out a sloppy Kinkajou.
Come on.
Hit that. Well, it seems comfortable, I guess. I could wear him on my head and pretend to be Pess Farker. Pess? Pess Farker? No, he wore a coonskin, didn't he?
That's right.
Can't go any higher than that. What are you doing with that marmoset on your head? Well, it seems comfortable up there, I guess.
That's right.
Look at that.
And that's where they feel safe, when they're kind of up and look at something, and they like the hair because they would hang on to the female or the male. The male would raise them and carry them on his back. So they want...
Okay. I don't suppose... You name me one other place in this entire world of 4.5 billion people where a man is sitting with a marmoset on his head. I mean, the odds of that happening, the possibilities stagger the mind.
If you turn sideways, it's cute how the tail is just...
Okay, I guess you can probably remove him from there if you want to.
He's just getting comfortable.
Well, I can't sit here the rest. I can't sit and talk to people with an animal on my head. Was he spitting? Was that saliva? And he did. Okay. The Tonight Show over the years has been a showcase for new young comedians, and nothing is more fun on the show to watch somebody walk out here and score with the audience for the first time. Here are Steve Martin, David Letterman, Jay Leno, Gary Shandling, and Eddie Murphy. First-time appearances.
Welcome to the Johnny Carson Tonight Show. We're gonna have a lot of fun. We got laughter, we got surprises. We got 47 minutes of commercials. But we're having a good time here on Thanksgiving night. Buddy Hackett's on the show. He's about 1,000,000 times funnier than I am. But tonight we're getting paid the same.
Do we have any dog owners here? Do we have any dogs here? Good. I have a dog, a lovely animal. It's a Belgian airhead, beautiful animal, and smart as a whip, too. I'm feeding him that dog food. It's numbered. I'm not sure what it is, but they got it for everything. 1 for the puppy, 2 for the middle dog, 3 for the gay dog, 4 for the whatever, on up. I'm looking at this can, and it says on there, for the dog that suffers constipation. You know, the way I look at it, if your dog is constipated, why screw up a good thing, huh? Sure. So, sleep in the morning, let him bloat. What do you care? So I'm buying the animal, the dog food, and there's this one, I'm not sure the brand, but it says, all beef, not a speck of cereal. Not a speck of cereal. It's a point of pride here. Not a speck of cereal. My dog spends his day rooting through garbage and drinking out of the toilet. Chances are he's not going to mind a speck of cereal, you know? So...
I like commercials that try to be helpful. You ever seen that ad for milk? A little woman comes out, she goes, "Hi, here are some great new ideas for milk. How about milk with cookies?" There's a new one, huh? Throw you for a loop. How about milk with a sandwich? Honey, get the recipe book. This stuff is amazing. All these years been pouring milk over pizza and fish. Who knew?
Who knew?
You ever see David Jansen's commercial for Excedrin? Man looks like a headache. See, when I was a kid, we were never allowed to have headaches. See, my folks grew up during the Depression. So consequently, it make you feel very guilty about everything, you know? I mean, even now I go home for a weekend. Hey, Dad, pass the salt. We never had salt when we were kids. We had to live without salt. We didn't have underwear or potatoes. We ate dirt every day of the week. Your mother and I hunted wild dog for food. We had nothing when we were your age.
Then I had dinner tonight at a little restaurant. You know, when you go in a place and they say, sit down, we're going to call you when your table's ready, and you sit down and you listen for your name over some cheap speaker, you know, and you never hear your name. What you hear is, so, how are you two? So. Is that us? Is that us? You go ask him, honey. You look stupid. You go up there and find him. I feel funny, honey, but you're dressed for it. Go on up there. What they should do is just describe the people, see? Then we'd know who they're talking about. They could just go, the couple with the ugly children. Your table's ready? And we'd know it's these people over here. We're so sorry. You want to cover those kids up? We're going to try to eat here. Thank you very much. Is that a nuclear accident or what? My God. I ate dinner last night at a friend of mine's house, and he has, what do you call those things? Baby. He has a baby, and I'm a single guy. I don't know how to relate to this too well, you know, and the baby's crawling around on the carpet, and this baby loads up his diaper, you know, and I'm sitting there, you know, and the mother comes over and says, "Isn't that adorable? Brandon made a gift for Daddy." Now, I'm figuring this guy's got to be real easy to shop for on Father's
Day. I'm kidding. I'm not gonna quit the business. I'm having fun. I bought a new car recently. I ain't gonna say what kind of car it is, but in '82 the cars talk. Did you know that? Anybody get a new car recently? The cars speak to you. If you leave your lights on, the car will say, ding, lights are on. And that's bad, man. I leave my lights on purpose when I take a girl out. I get out the car say, lights are on. The girl says, did your car say something? I say, yeah, it did. But I bought my car from like a black dealer, so it got a different rhythm to it. Sure. You leave your lights on, the car say, hey, man, you left your lights on. I said the lights is on, man. Damn, what, you blind and deaf?
Okay. We have some more things to show you, so stay where you are. Mr. Rogers' neighborhood. Stay well.
Peter, do we ever cover steak with ketchup? Hamburger is steak, chopped steak, so we use
A1 steak sauce.
It makes hamburgers taste like
Steak burgers.
Don't cover it. Discover it with A1.
Fruit Newtons are the cookies with delicious real fruit inside.
Real apple, blueberry, strawberry, milk gray,
And fig, but sorry.
we have no banana today.
You're looking at a carpet with hardly a worry in the world. Anso 5 worry-free carpet.
Nice doggy. Can you believe this? Oh, here comes the kid. Oh, cute. I knew it had to be chocolate. What's the matter, lady? Another bad year for Bordeaux? Don't worry. With a little cleaning, ooh, that feels good. I'll still be gorgeous.
Anso 5 worry-free carpet. So stain-resistant, it's worry-free.
Okay, you hockey pucks. I'm ready for anything.
The news is out. A diet high in fiber and low in fat may help reduce the risk of some kinds of cancer. And a lot of people have found that a good source of fiber is Campbell's bean and pea soups. They're delicious and have as much fiber per serving as many brand cereals. So if you want to get more fiber into your diet, get to the bottom of a bowl of Campbell's.
At the bottom of it all, soup is good food. Campbell's.
Kmart's got color to go. Monsanto variegated fleece tops and bottoms for everybody on the go. Each only $6. But the sale is moving fast, so get yours and go. Kmart, the saving place.
Friday on Miami Vice, Tubbs is accused of rape, which leads to a holy war.
The devil was in this body.
I'm not believing this. Miami Vice. Then, I want you to find her.
Eva?
We're not the only ones looking for
Was assaulted and killed by blunt instrument trauma.
You can't save them all, Jack. An unforgettable private eye, Friday.
When I get into the ring to defend my championship, I won't be alone. All you Hulkamaniacs will be in there with me on Saturday night's main event.
Okay, now, one of the things I really enjoy on the show are talking with the young children and elderly people, because in a way they're both the same. Neither group is trying to impress you with what they say what is on their mind. And some months ago, we had a young gentleman on. I don't know, he must have been around 8 or 9. His name was Rohan Verabadecker. He's a national spelling. He was 4 years old. And after a while, I didn't know who the hell was interviewing who. So here is the young 4-year-old Rohan Verabadecker. Now, somebody told me, Rohan, that when you were going to be on our show, you read something about me. You didn't know me very well, right? Because you probably don't stay up this late to watch the show, do you?
Yes. I did.
Oh, you did?
On Monday, yes.
Oh, you did?
Yes.
Yeah, how did you like it? Did you like the show?
Yeah. You know what? You know, when I read the book about you, and when you were 13 years old, you used to do magic tricks.
You did read. I did magic when I was 13. That's
yeah.
right.
Can you show me some?
Okay. I'll tell you what I do. Now, I haven't done a lot for this, but do you like coins?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll show you how to make a coin disappear. All right? All right, and we got, see this? That's a quarter, right?
Yeah.
Now, if I take it and hold it, and I give it to you, would you hold it for me?
Yeah.
Okay, here's what I'm going to do. Now, watch very carefully. Okay, here it is, and you hold it. You like that? Want to see it again?
Yeah.
Okay, now I'll take it over here. Now, you hold that one. Don't let it go. Yeah. It's right over here, in your ear. You like that? You got it, huh? Okay. Now, tell me about this spelling bee. How old were you when you started this?
I was 4.
You were 4. 4, that's right, okay. You're gonna be 5 tomorrow. You're kind of kidding us. You're closer to 5, aren't you?
Yeah.
Your birthday's tomorrow?
Yeah, can you try to come?
Can I try what?
Can you try to come to my birthday?
Can I come to your birthday?
Yeah.
Where's the party gonna be?
In Disneyland.
In Disneyland. What?
I know when your birthday is.
You know when my birthday is?
Yes.
When?
October 23rd, 1925.
All right. Are you making that disappear? Are you working on that? You just have to work on that. I'll show you how that's done later. All right? Okay. You
How do
ready?
you make that really disappear?
What? How do I make it? You get married. Okay. Mr. Rogers' Neighborhood has been a staple on television, I guess, as long as The Tonight Show. And from time to time, we have dropped in on Mr. Rogers, and some years ago, we did a sketch on what we thought a grown-up Mr. Rogers show might be like. Our apologies to Mr. Rogers.
It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood, a wonderful day to be neighborly. Won't you be my neighbor? Hi, neighbor. Are you having a nice day? Well, I am. Yes, I certainly am. Do you know you're the most wonderful person in the whole world? That's right. And I like you. Yes. And I hope you love me, too. It's just a beautiful day to be alive, isn't it? Well, boys and girls, why don't we go over and talk to Mr. Fish? Here's your breakfast, Mr. Fish. Do you know what I think, boys and girls? I think Mr. Fish has bought the farm. Or maybe he's just sleeping. Up and at him, Mr. Fish. Nope, he's dead, all right. That's what happens when you forget to feed Mr. Fish like Mr. Rogers did. By the way, boys and girls, there may be 1 or 2 of you out there who haven't yet joined the Mr. Rogers Pal for Life Club. For only $12, you get a membership card and a certificate stating, "Somebody loves me." Remember, you can't be my pal until you've sent your $12 and have an official membership card. Remember, if you don't send it, then nobody will ever love you, and your dog will die. Do you know what these are, boys and girls? That's right. These are baby shoes. And you know what? Mr. Rogers was once a baby a long, long time ago. And do you know how babies suddenly appear in the world where before there weren't any around? Well, I know, and I'll show you. This is a mommy doll and a daddy doll. And they love each other very, very much. So what they do... They get under the covers, and 9 months later, Mommy Doll looks like this. So Daddy Doll takes Mommy Doll to the hospital. They go into the hospital, and the very next day, out comes Mommy Doll and her new baby doll. Then the Daddy Doll comes out to take them home. Whoops. It looks like Daddy Doll has made a new friend, Miss Nurse Doll. And they'd better be careful because 9 months later, Miss Nurse Doll might look like this. And then it's all over for Daddy. Because that's when Mommy Doll comes in, calls in Mr. Lawyer Doll, who does to Daddy Doll what Daddy Doll did to Mommy Doll 9 months earlier.
Again, our thanks to Mr. Rogers, like we asked him before we did that. Over the past 25 years, we have been graced on this stage by most of the great jazz musicians. I wish we had time to show them all, like the singers. But we picked out 3 tonight. Louis Armstrong, Benny Goodman, and a gentleman whom I will miss very, very much. He was a close, dear friend of mine who passed away last April, probably one of the greatest jazz drummers of all time, is Mr. Buddy Rich. So here are these 3 gentlemen. Buddy, Benny, and Louis Armstrong. They don't make them like that anymore. We'll be back in just a moment.
scrunching in my mouth. It's super good.
In McDonald's, we're tossing salads fresh all day, every day.
The chef salad is super. The ham, the cheese, the turkey.
You name it, it's got it here.
I could run in and get a salad, and kids could get hamburgers.
The chicken salad oriental. It's just like my grandmother would make.
Look at these big pieces of chicken. Look at that.
And it's always been fresh any time of day. It's so fresh. What more could you want?
Tossed fresh all day. Make McDonald's salads.
I'm going to eat a lot of them.
My dad has 2, my brother has 1, I now have 3, Mom has 2.
I had it 2 years, and it's going to be 3 years in December.
Almost 5 years.
For 10 years.
No problems whatsoever.
No problem.
Absolutely none.
Worth every penny.
Every dime.
More reliable than my husband. My husband's not around anymore, but my Seiko is.
Seiko.
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 Seiko, it's just your style.
It's perfect. It is.
200 years ago, in this room,
Can't you feel them?
a beautiful woman was driven to a crime of passion.
My God.
Monday,
I want you to make love to me.
it's about to happen again.
You afraid of me?
When passion becomes obsession.
I don't know you anymore. You're like two different people.
Susan Lucci and Dynasty's John James are haunted by her past. A world premiere movie, Monday.
Before we have one little piece of tape we're going to show you in just a moment, but before we say goodnight, first of all, you're going to see a lot of names of a lot of people at the end of this show who've been with the show for many, many years and with which this show could not function at all. I want to thank here Ed McMahon. I want to thank Doc Severinsen, who's been with the show for 25 years. It has been a fabulous journey for me personally, and without sounding mawkish, about a year ago, remember we talked, I was going to hang it up on the 25th year of this show. I don't know why. I just says, well, 25 is maybe enough. And I found out I was having so much fun doing the show and enjoying doing this kind of television, we decided to stick around for a while. So if you stick around for a while, we'll stick around for a while and do the show for you. Now, here is, thank you. Now, in the way of saying goodnight, here is Mr. Fred Astaire, who kind of sums up. He was a classy gentleman. He did a song one night that he wrote himself, and we use it as our closing theme. Here's Mr. Fred Astaire.
Life is beautiful in every way. Life is lovely as a spring bouquet. Since I fell in love with you, life is like a dream that has come true. For life is sunshine smiling brightly on a summer day. Life is rainbows chasing all the clouds of gray. Life is beautiful and fine, but darling, only because you're mine. Yeah, I love it.
Thank you for everything. Thank you for being with us. Good night.
Later tonight from New York, it's a special edition of Late Night with David Letterman at 11:30, 10:30 Central in Mountain, as Dave welcomes Dabney Coleman. Then have a nightcap of laughter on us, watching more Late Night with David Letterman and Dave's guests, comedians Robin Williams and Carol Leifer. It's 2 full hours of late night fun tonight on NBC.